Good morning, everyone. So let's move straight to the chat. So I can see few people have. Can you people hear me? So if you can hear me, type one in the chat box. Let me know whether you can hear me. Type one in the chat box. Let's move on. Today we have to get a trade. Yesterday, how many people took the AUD trade? How many people took the AUD trade that I will analyze on the chat? So if you can hear me, kindly type in one in the chat box. Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. Type in one in the chat box. Let me know. Type in one in the chat box. All right. So, all right. Only so you are more than that. So as usual, you like, then you type in one in the chat box. Let me know. So this done, I took a sell on Euro USD. I didn't want to miss this trade. I took a sell on Euro USD. So yesterday, how many people took the AUD trade that I said? It was very risky. So this week, I want to make some money for one or two things. So I'm going in risky things. I'm doing risky things. You get it? So this was risky. I don't trade during that time. Usually, the best time to trade is around the pre-lending session. That's the best time, but I need money, so I have to be going in aggressively. So there's still an opportunity. So I've been in drawdown for long. I've been in drawdown for long. You get it. So there's still an opportunity for Euro USD and GBP USD. So how many people took? How many people took the AUD sell yesterday? Yesterday I took a sell on AUD. It moved in my favor around 20 pips and it retraced. So that's why I don't know why I even took that trade. I don't know why. So how many people joined the stream yesterday? How many people joined the stream yesterday? Okay. Alright, so as I said, I want to pay for this thing. I'm still on it this week. Tackle. Boot for boots. So the Euro USD, I'm in a drawdown. I took a sell around 12 a.m. and I slept. So I'm in a drawdown. But I'm sure because the setup is looking very good. You get I don't see the reason it shouldn't move to this side. The daily time. So let's move on to the analysis. So that's the power of trading. You get it. If you know how to trade, you can decide this week I want to make money. So far as you are following your rules, you are following your distance. The market, as I said, I've been saying this, the market repeats itself. But most people are focused on the money other than what gaining the knowledge, chasing signals. Those things are not going to end you anywhere. Chasing signals, buying for robots, and those things are not going to learn to do things yourself. That's the best way to go in life. So what if the next day you come on YouTube and I'm not live, or maybe I don't come on live stream? That means you are not going to be able to analyze. That shouldn't be the case. Learn to do things yourself. Learn to do things yourself. That's the best thing to do. That's the best way to go. So let's do the analysis again, everything fresh. So for now, those pairs I'm out. Those AUD, now I'm sticking to Euro USD, GBP USD. I'm out from those pairs. Yesterday it really stressed me. I'm out from those pairs. So early morning, yeah, to make some money. So let's do the analysis on Euro USD. So when you check on Euro USD, let me make this thing. That my screen will be. So this is Euro USD. You get it? So I've boarding the screen for everyone to be able to see it. So on the Euro USD, so let's check the fundamentals. I think the major impact news has already happened. It's happened around 6 a.m. So today is what, 10th of September 2024. 6 a.m. GMT. So the major news around the lending session is what? The GBP, the claimant count change. So which has already happened. So claimant count change is simply the same as unemployment claims. People claiming for unemployment. Okay. So it has already happened. So if you want to know the meaning, you can just check it, go to the details or Google and check the meaning of that. So it has already happened. So today I see it to be a clean day. There's no high impacting. So if you get a trade today, I think it will ride for long because nothing is going to distract or interfere it. So if you get a trade today, I think you are good to go. So that's the only thing you have to check for the day. And if already checked it. So let's do the top-down analysis. So on the top-down analysis, when you move to the monthly time frame, on the monthly time frame, we had what? A resistance over here at the monthly time frame, which currently price is retesting on it. You get it? So that's the only resistance you have over here. Okay, at the monthly time frame. That's the only resistance you have. This one is valid one, but before it will get here, I'm not sure it's going to be today. And before that, you have some micro support and resistances that are going to restrain price from getting there. So let's move to the weekly time frame and see what's going on. So when you move to the weekly time frame, on the weekly time, you see the weekly time frame is also doing very well. The way it has formed, it is doing very well. You get it? It is doing very, very well on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, the next we have what? A support tool over here. So it means what? Or it shows this place is what? A very strong area. Let me use the line chart. Okay, it has fallen on it exactly. So it has, what do you call it? Price has broken. So this is a strong zone. You get it? You have what? Weekly and monthly support and resistance. So as I said, it's a golden zone. Golden zone in the sense that it's going to take, price is really going to struggle to break through. Okay. So if price is coming back, the next reactional level is at this level. You get it? This level. This level is the next reactional level. So let's move to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, is really doing good. So if you can see it well, you can see the daily has what? Broken out. You get it? It has broken out. It has broken this one. So the moment this candle closed, the trend shifted to what? A downtrend. So now the daily time frame is what? So as I've been saying, it is better when you get 2 or 3 time frames in sync with each other. That's the higher time frame. So now the daily is what? A downtrend. Daily is the downtrend. Level is at this point. So use different colors. I use red. You get it? So the daily is looking very clean. You get it? It's looking very clean. So it's the same thing. It was the same. So the market repeats itself. I don't have to rant for long. Kindly mute yourself. Mute yourself. If you want to talk, then you talk. Other than that, if I mute you, I'm not going to mute you again. Richie, kindly mute yourself. Richie. All right, so this is the golden zone. You get it? This is the golden zone. So within the golden zone, we again have what? A support within here. You get it? Sorry, a resistance rather. You have a resistance over here. So that zone is a strong zone. And see how the market is looking now. The daily is what? An up downtrend. We have a beautiful zone, beautiful tradable zone over here. So I don't see the reason. That's why when I was even in a drawdown, I was not bothered about it because I know it's just a pullback. Okay. So now I'm learning how to be able to hold the trade. Because at first I'm learning how to be. I'm trying to hold the trade for. I'm not going to be bothered about drawdown or something. That's my challenge now. So when you get to this side, so you see this is a strong zone. Unless so, it is going to get invalidated only when price has broken and closed this side. So my stop loss was around this side. You get it? My stop loss was around this side. So if you know you are confident and you are not going to wait for confirmation, you still have an opportunity to enter a sell because there's no what do you call it, an entry yet. But the reason why I entered is because I entered it around here. It was around 12 to 1 a.m. I waked up around that time and entered. I was thinking maybe I'm going to miss it, but it's not advisable. I'm not going to do that thing again. It's not advisable to be. I don't trade the Asian session, so it wasn't something advisable, but because of something. So when it comes to the H4 time frame, the H4 time frame made what? Lower low. The moment this one broke, it shifted structure to what? A downtrend. Lower low, lower high, lower low. So the trend is what? A downtrend. You get it? Which is aligned with the what? The daily time frame. When you check H42, you can see the beautiful tradable zone over here. Okay. It was beautiful tradable zone over here. So now what is going to restrict price from? I don't know what is going to happen today. We don't have any news that you are going to say maybe something is going to what unexpectedly happen to price. I don't know why it shouldn't move down. It's the same thing as this one. It's the same thing as last 2 weeks, the trade I took over here. It's the same thing. So I don't see the reason Euro USD shouldn't move down. But you get it, I've accepted the risks in case maybe the price move against me. I've accepted the risks to lose the money. You get it? So anytime you input a trade, accept the risks. It's a probability game. You get it? But mostly, if you have an experience and those things, the moment you have a good trading system, your edge will be more than your wins will be more than your losses. But it's part of the game. You get it? So if you're afraid to be losing money, if you are attached to money too much, you can't be a trader. Trading, it's our destiny. The thing we use to play is money. We play with money. So if you can't play with money, then you can't be trading. So I'll still be entering again if the H4 candle close. I'll still enter again if the H4 candle close, because if I'm entering now it's still in a range. The H4 close within this strong zone. Okay, so I'll still be entering. That one will be consecutive way. Okay, so if it breaks beneath this one, then I'll take a sell. Okay, but for now I've taken the aggressive one. But if it breaks beneath this one, then I'll go in for the sell again. So let's wait and see. So let's move to. So it's the same pattern that's happening, but the reason so now, yeah, the selling. What's a sell stop or selling? It's not advisable. Or rather, be stop when you are using sell limits or those limits orders. That means you are not waiting for confirmation. So the moment you are saying if price is pulling back, the moment it gets here, maybe if you've set your sell limit, the moment price gets to this level, you are going to enter. You are not going to wait for confirmation. That's what sell limits. Those limit orders. You don't wait for confirmation. By pending the buy stop and the sell stop, you wait for confirmation. So if you set sell limits, you don't wait for confirmation. So I will show you how sometimes when you miss, I discovered something yesterday, and now if you miss a trade, I'll show you how you'll be able to enter aggressive without no confirmation. But after the analysis, I'll show you how you people will be entering it, like in case maybe you miss a trade. So let's move to GBP USD. So it's almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing on what? It's almost the same thing on Euro USD. So it's like they have positive correlation. So when you move to the weekly time frame, you see the weekly time frame is in what? An uptrend. You get it? The weekly time frame is in an uptrend. So the next zone that price is going to what? Test on. So we have a zone over here. That's the weekly time frame. We have a zone over here for price. Price is going to react on those zones. So we have another zone over here. So when you move to the daily time frame, let's move to the daily time frame. So you see, it's also looking very beautiful and clean. You get it? Euro GBP USD is also looking very good. So the daily time frame is what? A downtrend. You get it? Lower low. The moment this point got broken, tends to what? Lower low, made some correction or retracement, pull back. It tends to what? An uptrend. The moment this candle, yesterday candle broke and closed the dip of trend. You get it? It tends to a downtrend. So if those on YouTube, kindly give a like on the stream. Give a like. You are more than one. Give a like on the stream. Give a like. Just give a like. This one, I don't have to be saying it. When you come to the stream, the first thing you have to do is what? You like, you sit, relax, and what? You watch. Give a like on the stream. So when you move to what? The H4 time frame. The H4 time frame, we have what? We have console. We have reactional levels over here. Let me check the daily time frame. So the daily time frame, this is a valid what? This is a valid support, but I'm not going to factor or take it into consideration because what? Because of, but you let me take it into, let me just indicate it on the chart. But I'm not, it's not that necessary because what? Price has already been, it's going to take a long time for it to get there. So that's why mostly I don't. So when you move to the H4 time frame, H4 is what? A downtrend. You get it? So the reactional levels are. So now you see, we have what? Price what? Price has retested this one, retested this one, retested this one. So what are you expecting when it gets here? See, 3 times hit, move, hit, move, hit, move, breakout, retest. What are you expecting? The trend to continue because this point is a very strong level. So I'm expecting price to what? We are expecting price to what? Move down. You get it? You're expecting price to move down. But if it breaks, because the daily time frame is a downtrend, H4 is a downtrend. So I don't see the reason why it shouldn't fill this what? Zone. Okay, I don't see the reason why it shouldn't fill this zone. But let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen. So when it comes to entry, what you are going to wait for is what? You have to wait for a support to be created. So you are going to wait for a bearish candle to be created. Then we take a sell, or maybe we take an impulsive when it breaks the dip of this one. The moment it shows what? A bearish, then we take what? The sell. That's what maybe you are going to wait for. But it's going to be an impulsive, no confirmation. So this point area it's a strong level. Okay, so the best thing you can do is what? Wait for price to what? You wait for the candle to either break the tip, if it breaks the tip, or you wait for what? You wait for, what do you call it? The candle to close to give you the support, like what you were expecting the other time. You get it? The other time you were waiting for a support to be created and we missed the move. But this one, H4 has closed, so the chances of this thing moving You see now the tip of this one has been, the tip of the previous candle has been broken. The tip of the previous candle has been broken. It has broken within a strong, this is monthly. It has broken within it has broken within what? Strong monthly zone. You get it? So for price to break this zone, it's going to take what? A lot of volume for price to break. So the best thing, you can wait. Don't have to enter now. It's very risky. You are going to lose money. So the best thing you can do is wait for price to break through this zone. Okay, you wait for price. Don't go aggressive now because there's no confirmation. If you are entering now, this is what? This monthly. You get it? This monthly zone. For price to break it, it's going to, you see how price is struggling. So if you move to lower time frame, that's where you are going to see it very well. You see the long wick that it's live. You get it? It leave a long wick. You get it? So you see how the 30-minute candle broke within. So it shows that what? The zone is a strong zone. So the best thing you can do is what? Wait for the H4 candle to break the tip of this one, or what? You wait for a support to be created, then you take the sell. So that's what you are going to be expecting today. Okay, but I'm sure today we are going to be eating. Okay, I'm sure today you are going to eat today, because what? The structure is, the setup is looking good. But because of, I don't know why it's even broke through, because this zone is very strong. This is a stronger zone, so I don't see the reason. So price is going to be invalidated when it breaks the structure over here. But the downtime, it was looking good. You see, it before this candle, this bullish candle form, before this bearish candle form, it created what? It broke through the now turns what? A support. It broke through this support area, broke above this one. Then what? It was a clean setup. Okay, it was a clean setup, but for now it's not looking good. The entry has spots already, so you don't have to what? You don't have to enter now. You wait for what? Price to break above the tip to confirm. Okay, because this is a strong zone. This weekly zone, and it's going to, price is really going to struggle before it will be able to break it. So you have to relax, wait for what price is going to do. Maybe let's wait for lending volume. Okay, so in the next 30 minutes you are going to see lending open. So when lending is open, maybe you are going to see some volume in the market. So the time of the day is very important. I've been preaching about this thing. The time of the day is very important when it comes to your entry. You don't have to be entering just like that. Okay, you don't have to be entering just like that. So you have to know the times that you are supposed to enter. So I will not recommend you be trading the Asian session. Asian session is more like what? A fake out time of the day. The Asian session, it's more like a fake out. The move doesn't what? It doesn't move for long and it will start retracing. So the best time to trade is maybe when you get trade around 5 a.m. GMT. It's okay to be taking trades like that. Okay, it's okay to be taking trades, but around the Asian session, that's the one, the 12 a.m. noon and those things, the move doesn't keep long, then it will start retracing. Okay, from experience, it will start to retrace. So but if you get it around 5, heading towards what? The lending session, the pre-lending towards what? The lending session, it's the best way to go by that. It is the best way to go by that. So one thing that, like, this is what I was trying to say. In case maybe if you enter the trade and the trade has moved, maybe if you want to go in aggressive, entering into and getting an aggressive entry, if you enter a trade, okay, maybe you were expecting something like this. Maybe let's take last week for instance. So last week you were expecting what? This moved what? You were expecting a buy on this one, and it's moved what? It's moved before us. So if you miss a trade, so the best way you can enter again is what? If one thing you have to check is what? If the trade hasn't got into your take profit, okay, if the trade hasn't got into your take profit, what you will do is what? If the trade hasn't got into your take profit, maybe you entered, the price has got into this side. This is the take profit. This is where you are targeting. So since price hasn't got into this side, what you can do is what? If price close within the range, if it is retracing, the next candle retracing, you can enter what the pullback. Okay, because you know the target is at this point. Price hasn't gotten to that side yet. So if it's, sometimes it will pull back when it breaks out, it will pull back to what? It will pull back to your entry. So the moment it gets to your entry, then you enter. Okay, because you have the long-term projection or the long-term goal that price is supposed to get to that level. But maybe because you didn't get entries, you get it. So the moment the next candle is pulling back, then you enter. You get it. It's an aggressive way because there's no confirmation. Yeah, the last 2 weeks, Friday. Yeah. When it hasn't gotten to the target, if you know, or maybe we have some more pips for it to get to the target. But it's the same thing, like maybe as you've entered over here and you are still in drawdown. You get it? It's the same thing. Like as you've entered over here and the price is pulling back on you, you are still in drawdown. So if you know your target is at this point, price hasn't gotten to the target yet. If it pulls back to the price that you plan of what taking the trade over there, then what? You enter. That's the aggressive way. You enter a buy. You get it? You enter a buy. So like this one, for instance, this trade, maybe you enter the trade, this is your target. Price hasn't gotten to your target, it's pulled back. So the moment it gets here, you can even what? Enter, maybe add another position to that. Okay. That's what you call dynamic risks. So you can add another position to that. Then what? Because you have long-term vision or long-term projection that price is supposed to get here. Okay, so this was just a personal discovery. So it works. It's the same thing, because if you think about that, if you entered and the thing is pulling back, you are still in drawdown. So why don't I enter and still be in the drawdown? I hope it makes sense. Yeah. So if you miss trade, so that's that's what I did on what AUD US. I was testing it out. When price, I waited, this is where I entered. So you see what AUD US, that's why I even closed that trade. So this AUD US, okay, so initially the target was at this end, but price moved before us. Okay, so the moment price got to this side, I realized what it's close to the my stop loss, so I entered. Okay, I entered over here. The moment price pulled back, I entered. So when you move to the lower time frame, you can see, maybe sometimes you can see structure. So this is the point I entered. Okay, so even with that one, sometimes you even get better entries. Okay, but you have to make sure it is pulling back to your the level that you plan of what entering. Not that as in, maybe as it started pulling back, it doesn't make sense and you are entering. So that's how you have to be going by that. So this is a strong zone. I don't see why, because the daily time frame on Euro USD, yeah, the daily time frame is looking good. It has broken the dip of this one. You get it? But there's no entry yet. It's better you wait for the candle to flip. But it's struggling to flip. Okay, because this time zone is a stronger time zone. This time zone is a strong time zone. So I'm expecting a pullback. I'm expecting it to. So if you enter here, it's very risky. You might lose the trade. So you have to wait for what? For price to flip, break above this one. Okay, break above this one. So you can see, if you can see the H1 candle, it tried to break, but yes, still it's struggling because of this zone. It's still struggling to break. You get it? It's still struggling to break. So if you enter, it's very risky. So for me, for instance, I'm waiting for the better entry to add more positions. Okay, to add more positions on my challenge account. Maybe I'll be taking, because Euro USD was giving good risk to reward as compared to GBP USD. Yeah, as compared to GBP. So GBP USD, wow, then maybe the thing might even got spoiled because the way these pairs are moving, see structure is changing over here. The way they are moving, I'm even the way they are moving. Let's see. We have a long way to go, but the way they are moving. So let's wait for confirmation. That's the best thing you can do. You wait for confirmation. Okay. You wait for confirmation. So the time of the day, as I said, is very, very important. The time of the day. Don't enter the market at any time of the day. So especially when it comes to lending session, maybe two hours before the lending session, maybe 5 a.m. Those times you can enter trades, okay, to the lending session. That's what 7 p.m. 7 a.m. GMT. You can enter trades around that time. But if you, as I've said, with the Asian session, if you enter trades around those times, it's at your own risk. Unless maybe you are trying to scalp, maybe trying to get like 5 pips. With that one, it's okay. But trying to swing trades during those times, I'm not going to recommend those things for you. I'm not going to recommend those things for you. So even AUD USD, I will just remove it from my AUD. One thing about AUD USD, because it is what, a commodity currency, and it has some affiliation with how gold moves. You get it? AUD USD and gold, it seems like they move together. I've forgotten how they move. It looks like they move together, the way they move. So because of that, you see a lot of, for me, I can see AUD USD. There are a lot of, it moves very, the way it moves. Even though when it is moving very fast, it's cool, but sometimes the way it moves, when it comes to currency trading, the best pairs to trade, I would say, is what, Euro USD and GBP USD. Because when you get moves on those pairs, it really moves. It really moves. So I'm waiting for the candle to flip bearish, okay? But if it tends to break this one, then means structure has changed. Then you'll be looking for a buy. That's what you'll be looking for. Okay, that's what you'll be looking for. But we are hoping it will sell. That's because when it sells, it will give us. By the way, GBP USD is moving, and it seems like it moves with AUD while structure is trying to shift. Structure is shifting, but it hasn't closed yet. By the way it's moving, then Euro USD to what will move by. Then Euro USD to move by. But I have to wait. Let's wait for confirmation. Let's wait for confirmation before. Maybe lending open will do some magic and flip it. Flip it this thing. We'll flip it. It will make it bearish. But for the meantime, there's no. We have a nice setup. A nice setup has prevailed itself, but there's no entry yet. Okay, the entry was here and it got invalidated. Okay, now the entry has been invalidated. So the best way to go by this is what, wait for confirmation by waiting for this one to what, break this one. When it breaks this one, then you will see what to do next. But for now, there's no confirmation. If you are trying to enter a sell, it's at your own risk. Okay, it's at your own, even though the setups looks very good and enticing, but for now there's no entry yet. So the best way we can go by this is what, we have to wait. Let's wait for the bearish candle to close. So maybe lending open will do some magic. But GU is trying to what, invalidate the structure to an uptrend, whilst Euro USD2 is struggling to what, move up, trying to flip bearish. So let's see which one will get respected, because mostly they move the same. Okay, mostly they move the same. But looking at this one, we have a lot of us strong zones. We have a lot of strong zones over here. But I think you have to get an entry. This market shouldn't disappoint us. But you see, we can't. Everything in the market is what it depends on what the market will give to us. It depends on what the market will give to us. And especially, I've been seeing people entering trade around 4 p.m., 5 p.m. You are just delaying your success in the game. If you think trying to make us like trying to be doing those things will help you, then you are doing your own harm. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. Those 5 p.m. for me, for instance, after 2 p.m. I don't take any trade. If I don't get paid at 2 p.m., after 2 p.m., no matter how the setup looks, I'm not going to enter, because after 2 p.m. the market is going to slow down. You are going to enter into consolidation. The market will be consolidating and other stuff. So after 2 p.m., if I don't get a trade, I don't take a trade. So maybe the following morning, 5 a.m. Okay, the following morning, 5 a.m. So you have to have rules that you are going to obey. So the timing is very important. So take note. If you are not taking note, for my time of the day, when it comes to the lending session, maybe 2 hours before the lending session. The lending session starts around 7 a.m. GMT. Okay, so 7 a.m. GMT, maybe and 1 hour 30 minutes to the session, you can be taking trade when you get a nice trade, because it's not going to take long for lending session to start. But when it comes to, and from there you can be taking trade within those days up to what 2 p.m. Then you close for the day, because after 2 p.m. you are entering into low volume time. The market is entering into Asian session, and most of the major market sessions are closing around that time. Lending session close around, I think, 2:30 to 3. New York session close around 5 p.m. or so. 5 p.m. or so. So you have to take note of that. Always make sure you are entering trade during volume time. That's the best. So GU is not looking good. Euro USD too. I think Euro USD. You are still holding the you are still holding the AUD USD. Why are you holding? You are still holding AUD USD. Let's see. So where is it? Where did you place your stop loss? Where did you place your stop loss? Let's see, because it's still a downtrend. Okay, so maybe it's still a downtrend. Price is going to get invalidated at this end. So yesterday it was consolidating. So from my experience, I close it. And from my experience on trading this pair, I close it. Okay, I close it. So when price gets to this side, it will get invalidated. When price gets to this level, it will get invalidated. So that's why you have to join the private group. With this one, I updated the group that yesterday I closed the trade in break even. So that you'll be getting guidelines and coaching on, in case maybe trade like this, you get it. Because after the stream, you don't have anyone that you talk to. So let's wait for lending open. It's left with 10 minutes or so for. I'm having a strong hope that. But one thing that is The way GBP USD is moving, I don't know. Is it because of? I think maybe it's because of the effect of the news. The news is now taking effect, so that's why we are seeing major moves like that. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure because of the news. That's why we are. So it has retraced 100%. Okay, 100% to the move. So maybe the last point it will get to this side, but it has to close before, and we have a weekly resistance over here. But if price continue moving up, then Euro USD will move up from experience. You notice they move together. Okay, you notice they move together. So no matter what, these ones can be broken. But I don't see the reason why it should move up, because daily has broken the previous dip. Okay, so I see it to be what? I see it to be just a pullback. Even if it moves up, it will still pull back for us to get an entry. Okay, it will still pull back for us to get an entry. It will still pull back for us to get an entry. But the way it's moving up, let me check you. You want to go to work? Okay, I'll try. Okay. Okay, I'll try. I'll try and update the group in case maybe there's an entry. You're welcome. Okay. So we are waiting for it to flip bearish. We are not looking for buy today. We are going for a sell. So we want it to flip bearish. So let's see what the lending open volume will do. By the way, GBP USD and Euro USD, it moves together. So the way this one is moving, I'm very sure it is trying to invalidate the structure over here. But I'm sure because of the news event. But for now, we have to wait. Okay. Let's wait for the candle to create a support. If we're entering now, it's very risky. Wait for candle to flip, because I still have strong belief that it's going to flip bearish, because the higher time frames are. But because GBP USD is fine, invalidating it, I'm sure maybe. And you have strong zones over here, so you have strong zones around that side. So the person who said is still in AUD USD. This is the point. So if the candle, okay, if the candle breaks above this one, if it breaks above this one, that means what? Structure has been invalidated. Structure has been invalidated. Because even yesterday, it's tried to move up and move down. So the pair that you trade to also has influence on your profitability. The pair you trade. So unless price break this one, it's still what? It's still a downtrend. Price hasn't broken it yet. It is retesting. So as I said, because they move together, Euro USD and GBP USD move together. So as I'm seeing a massive move on GBP USD, I was having strong belief that is the same thing that is going to happen on Euro USD, because they move together. They have positive correlation. They have positive correlation. They have positive correlation. So lending session will open in the next 5 minutes. Lending session will open in the next 5 minutes. We are going to enter a sell when the candle flip and break this one, or when the H1 candle close. We are going to make decision of one of the two. Because today there was no high volume time. Let me check this. The last zone is what? So the last one is the weekly time frame. You get this weekly time frame. This weekly. So price. I'm even surprised the way price is breaking through the zones like that. Because these are strong zones, and I'm even surprised. I was thinking maybe price is going to retest, but the way it is breaking through very easily, that means what does volume. Let me check the news and see. So there's no any unexpected news too. I'm not seeing any unexpected news. So the way it has broken this one, if it's close above this one, that means what the uptrend has been invalidated. But yes, for now it hasn't broken it yet, unless it breaks it before the uptrend will get invalidated. So this is the zone. When it breaks, then the chances of it moving up is very high. The chances of it moving high is very wow. Then so it is breaking through. Is it the news? I'm sure because of the news. The claimants, let me check the unemployment claims. So the unemployment claim, what was the expected outcome? Okay, so the numbers that came out was what? Very okay. So the numbers that came out was 23.7 and the forecasted one was 95, which was what? Way lesser. If it is less, then you have to see what. Okay, if it is less, okay, so that's why we are seeing strength in the pound. The unemployment claim was very less. That's why we are seeing what. Okay, so it was the same projection. So that's why we are seeing volume in the pound, because the numbers, the unemployment claim was very less. The unemployment claim was less. The numbers that came out was way lesser than what they expected. So if it is moving like this, it still hasn't closed for structure to be validated. When it breaks this one, then we will shift our bias towards an uptrend, then you'll be looking for what a sell. But for now, unless the candle has closed before, our bias will change. You get it? Unless our bias will change. But for the meantime, we are still holding on to what we are still. Our plan is still the sell. Okay, our plan is still the sell because of the unemployment claim. That's why we are seeing major moves in the market, because the numbers that came out was what. So as I said, GBP USD and Euro USD move together. So if The moment I realize this one is moving up, then I notice what we are the same thing that is going to happen over here. So you see, as you go to the level, the way it is dropping, you get it. But let's see what will happen. So if you have a question on the YouTube chat, you can drop it in the chat box. Those in the Zoom or Telegram too, if you have a question, you can ask. But for now, we are waiting. So the lending open. Okay, so lending is open. So you see the lending volume. But this one open with no wick. So the chances of it, let's see, maybe because of volume. Since it's open with no bottom wick, according to technicals, it should flip and move up and get a bottom wick. And this one too close with no bottom wick. So let's see. Because this one open with no bottom wick, this one close with no bottom wick. At normal circumstance, it should flip or it should create the bottom wick. It should create the bottom wick. Is my number being displayed? Okay. So as I said, it's open with no bottom wick, so I'm expecting it to create the bottom wick. So GBP USD is really moving up. So what are we expecting on Euro USD? Is it the same thing that is going to happen, or at this time they are going to move differently? If it is moving, if GBP USD, so as I'm saying, they mostly moves the same. So if GBP USD is rising, then you have Euro USD too needs to rise. So the because of the claimant count, that's why you were seeing a spike in the euro, the pound pair like that, because the unemployment figures the data was way lesser than what they forecasted or what happened the last month. So let's hope if this one is going to create a bearish. If it creates bearish, then we can get an entry. Okay, I'm even surprised the way it is breaking through all these zones. So sometimes you need to trust your analysis. You get it? You need to trust the analysis, because the way the higher time frames are forming, I don't see why we shouldn't get a sell. Okay, because I've seen it happening more often, over and over again, and it just once a while that it's not happening. Most of the times it needs to happen. You get it? It needs to happen. So you need to trust your analysis. You need to trust your analysis. But all this trust will come as a result of when you've done it for long. Because the daily time frame is looking good. It has broken the tape, everything. It has broken the tape. You get it? It has broken the tape. It has broken the tape. At the same time, so candle structure has shifted a downtrend. Pattern structure has shifted a downtrend. So pull back, but it in this case, it has been a deep pullback. That's the problem. It's supposed to be a pullback, but it has been a pullback. We're having a lot of strong zones over here. So I'm even surprised price was breaking through easily like that. This is monthly, daily, weekly. We have a strong confirmation over here at the H4 time frame too. So I'm really shocked. Price is really breaking through the zones just like that. Why do you have to? Are you trading demo or what? Why do you have to hold buy on GBP USD? Because it seems like I'm holding GBP USD buy. GBP USD buy. What did you see that you? So the higher time frames are all pointing down. Okay, they are all showing a downtrend. So for me, I'm looking for a sell. Unless I'll look for a buy when price has broken above this one. Okay, when structure shifts, when there was a shift in structure before I'll even think of looking for a buy. But for now, I see a sell. Okay, for now I see a sell. I'm seeing this one to be a just pullback, but I'm not saying it's not going to buy. But for now, there's no confirmation for me to buy GBP USD. Okay, because according to the way structure. So on AUD USD, as I said, so the person who asked I should check AUD USD. So you can for structure, the daily time frame, H4 time frame is looking good. Okay, it's looking good. But when it gets to this level, you have to be very careful. Either if you are trading live, then you have to, when it gets to this level, you have to be very careful. Either you break even or what. When it sells to this level, you have to be very careful. Either you break even, okay, based on where you entered. If it is far from your entry level, then it will be better for you to break even over there. Okay, it will be better for you to break even over there. But it still looks good for a sell. Okay, it still looks good for a sell. But one thing about this pair is what? It moves very slow. So maybe once a while, then you see big moves, big volume, as compared to the pound dollar and then the euro dollar. So I've not checked gold today. So where did you enter the buy? At which price? What price? Even yesterday, the whole of yesterday, gold is really looking Gold is consolidating. Gold is really consolidating. At what price did you enter the buy? On the pound dollar. It can still buy, but for now, I don't see any confirmation on it now. Unless maybe the H4 candle has broken through the structure. So with the euro dollar, we are waiting for a bearish flip. That's all what we are waiting on the euro dollar to sell. Okay, to sell. We are waiting for a bearish flip. Then we sell. So those who just joined, we come live every day from Monday to Friday around this time. Okay, so you can just put it on. You can click on the bell notification so that anytime I come live, you get to see. You come live every day. We do chart breakdown when it gets trades to re-enter. If there's no trade, I give an idea on what I'm expecting on the pair. That's what we do every day. From Monday to Friday. So the way the pound dollar, so the pound dollar is really influencing the euro dollar. Going to invalidated when it's close above this one, then what we can conclude it has shifted direction into what? An uptrend. When it breaks the body of this one, but now it hasn't broken, it just wick. Okay, so we can see a long wick, then it will start retracing. So this is how the market moves. If it is when it comes to retracement, when the market moves up, retrace, pull back, moves up. If it is retracing or correcting, it's 100%, then it's what starts moving up again. You get it. So this is what you have to understand. So the same thing. So it has retraced 100%. Okay, it has retraced 100%, but we can't conclude structure shift. It can get to this side and flip bearish, but for now it hasn't closed, so we can't conclude. You get it? We can't conclude it now unless it has closed before we can conclude. So the risk, in case maybe euro dollar is selling, the risk reward is very big. You are going to get a big risk reward on euro dollar in case maybe if it flips bearish, the risk reward is going to be very big. By the way, the pound dollar is really influencing it. Let's hope maybe it will not shift structure or it will not change structure, because the pound dollar is really influencing it. The pound dollar is really influencing it. So anything can happen. So sometimes you can see a big move. So that's why I always say you don't have to be impulsive. You get it? You can see a big move. You might think maybe the market has broken it, so it is moving. It can be just a wick. Okay, so normally or most of the times you use the what? The wick. You use the body of the candle to confirm if the body hasn't closed above the higher highs and the higher lows, or the lower lows or the lower high. We can't conclude what this thing has been invalidated. Okay, unless the body has broken and closed above or below before we can conclude. But if not, then we can't justify that what it has broken. So you have to always wait for. So this one, for instance, if you want to see whether the structure has been broken, the best thing you can do is what? You wait for the body to close above this one. If it's close above this one, then you can finally conclude the structure to an uptrend. But when it is waking, if just a wake, okay, if just a wake, you can't conclude or you can't justify. So you have to stay patient when it happens like that. So always wait for candle to close above or below to make a conclusion. You get it? Always wait for candle to close above or below the body of the lower lows and the lower highs to make a conclusion. Okay, that's the best way to go by it. That's the best way to go by it. So trading is technical. Trading is very, very technical. It's really, really technical. So this candle like this, we can't conclude. It can just flip and move up. Okay, it can just flip and move up. But for now, we can't conclude yet. So this candle has broken and closed before we can conclude. So as I'm saying, we are waiting for the flip. Okay, when it flips within this zone, For now, this point is not a tradable zones. These areas are not tradable zones. Okay, this is not tradable zones. So the tradable zones is when the candle has broken and closed it or below this line. Okay, when it goes below this line, then what we can be looking for the sell that we've been talking about, because the risk to reward on Euro USD is very sweet. In case maybe it gives us the chance to what it gives us the sell entry. Okay, in case maybe it gives us the sell entry, the risk to reward, because when it's flipped, we have a tradable zone to this for the whole of this end, tradable zones. But for now, we have to see confirmation before. We can't just enter the market with no confirmation. So let's wait. When it starts flipping, then we will be having a high hope that we can get a sell on what Euro USD. But GBP USD, the way it's moving, I'm hoping it's not going to influence the pound dollar. There's no entry yet on GBP USD. It's a sell, there's no entry yet. So we are waiting for the flip. When it flip bearish, close above, this is a monthly zone. So it's it's a strong zone. This is a monthly zone. So I was even surprised the price has even broken through this zone. See, we have what a zone over here. We have a zone over here, a zone over here. So I'm even surprised price has been able to what this candle has been able to break through. I'm even surprised. So when it breaks beneath it, when it starts forming a bearish candle, then what we will have a strong hope that our sell will come to pass. The same sell, if in case it comes like that, is the same thing that happened on last Friday. You get it? There was a zone over here. Last 2 weeks, the trader entered on Friday. There was a zone over here. There was a zone over here. There was a zone over here. Price broke through, created a support. What happened? Swing to the down. So the market is the same every day. Just a repetition of pattern. So we are in waiting mode. We are in waiting mode. So you need to be able to go through your trade, recognize the patterns, recognize the patterns. So GBP USD is really going to influence. I'm not sure the Euro USD will happen, because the way GBP USD is moving, I'm very sure it's going to affect the way the Euro dollar is going to move, because they mostly move together. So if it is shifting structure, then the possibility or the chances of this one to shifting structure is very high. But we can't, unless the market has given us the first hand, we can't conclude, or we just can't say maybe the market has shifted, unless maybe what it has given us an evidence. But I'm having a high hope that what the pound dollar will influence the euro dollar. The pound dollar is really going to influence the euro dollar. Yeah, as I said, because the pound dollar is shifting structure to an uptrend, which is going to buy. If it's close above, then it's going to buy. But for now, the person who said he's holding the pound dollar, no, that's the reason. So if it's close beneath around 9 o'clock, it will be closing around 9 o'clock, and now it has broken this one. So if it's close around that time, then there's chances that what we have to go for a buy. So that will be happening around 9 o'clock. That's so you see, is it affecting instead of it to move? You see, the pound dollar is influencing the euro dollar. It really impacts the way it moves. It really impacts the way it moves. But you have to wait for confirmation before. No confirmation, no entry. No confirmation, no entry. We need to wait for confirmation before you enter. But everything, all the setup has spoiled because of that high impact news that happened around 6. The numbers that came out was low. The people were claiming for unemployment. Those who were claiming for unemployment was way lower. You get it? The people who were claiming for unemployment were way lower than what they forecasted. They forecasted 95.5, which is way lower. So that means if it is lower, that means you have to see strength in the pound, because you know the impact of unemployment on an economy. You get it? So if people are now claiming for less, filing for less unemployment unemployment benefits, then you have to know that the economy is doing well. So it's going to affect the currency. Okay, it's going to affect the currency. So as I said, pound dollar is really influencing this. Wow. The pound dollar has spiked. So sometimes too, what can happen is if it happens, so the way it is moving very deep and the euro is not taking action, one thing I've noticed is maybe it will move and retest to the next structure level. When it gets to this side, it will start retracing. Then it will align with the euro. The euro has refused to move. It's kind of consolidating. So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing, because now the euro is doing different things. It has refused to move because the way the pound dollar is moving, it's supposed to move. It's also supposed to move heavily like that. But I'm sure because of these strong zones, okay, you have weekly resistance, daily resistance, but even this one has already broken. Let's see what the market will do. Let's see. But for me, what I'm hoping is for it to flip bearish, then I'll get a sell. When it flip bearish, I'm going for sell. When it flip bearish like this, okay, when it flip bearish like this, when it flip, so when it create the bearish candle, when the bearish candle created, so when it's create the bearish candle and close, the next move, okay, when it's move like this, that's when I'm going to take a sell. So this is what I'm expecting. I'm waiting for, if this candle flip bearish, close like how it has closed over here, then I'll take the sell, because the risk reward is very big. Okay, the risk to reward is very big. So that's what I'm expecting on Euro USD. Because if it flips like this, the zone is very strong. Okay, you have bigger zone for price to you have strong zones that is going to take price to very long to going to keep it before it can break through. You have a strong zone over here. You have zone. You see, if this one breaks beneath this one, then you have zone over here, zone over here. Okay, zone over here. But let's see. It can flip bullish. Anything can happen. but we still have high hopes. Keeping our hopes high. Keeping our hopes high. So if you have a question, you can drop it in the chat box. So this candle close open with no bottom wick. It's open with no bottom. So the chances of it flipping bullish candle is very high. You see, it is finding it very difficult for it to break the zone. It's really finding it difficult to break the zone. It is really struggling to break the zone. It's really struggling to break the zone. So GU has already broken it, but it hasn't closed, so we can't conclude. You get it? It hasn't closed, so we can't conclude, because when you look at the daily time frame, for instance, the daily is what it has now broken. So what you are expecting is what the daily candle has now broken the structure, tend to a downtrend. You get it? It has now broken a structure, so we are expecting a pullback on this one. Then trend will continue. So that's why I'm saying the heavy move you are seeing can be what, just a retracement, just a pullback on the daily time. So trying to retest on this zone, then we'll pull back. That's what maybe it can happen. So that's why the Euro USD has relaxed. At normal circumstance, the best way it should have what? It should have moved berry, because the higher time frame price really respects like the trend. You get it? Price really respects trends. So you have to take note of that. Price really what respect the trend. Hold on, I'm coming. So the market is a language. You get it? The market is a language that you need to learn or read. You have to learn how to read it. If you learn how to read it, when it comes to the market, you know exactly what price is doing. So let's hope it will flip. So if you learn how to read the market, then things will start becoming easy for you. So the moment for me, for instance, as I figured out to read the market, things became very simple. So let me check the 30 minutes. As the 30 minutes broken. Okay, so the 30 minute, the way it has flipped. Okay. So the 30 minute two is a stronger candle. So if it has broken beneath, then you have some high chances or high hope that it can flip bearish. But I suppose maybe, or assuming, if the GBP USD2 is flipping bearish, we would have seen a big move. You would have seen a big move. So let's hope it will flip bearish. When it flip bearish, then we can get a trade today. Okay, we can get a trade today. You can get a trade today. When it flips bearish, then you can get a trade because you have a strong zones. The market is really slow today. It's really slow. So if it flips bearish, then it will align with the, all right. So the way it's forming, it's looking good. It's looking good. It's flip bearish, close above this, beneath this one. Then you take advantage of the sell. Take advantage of the sell. We take advantage of the sell on Euro USD. Yeah, it's looking good. We need big moves. You need big moves. Yeah, so it's flipping. Let me check GBP USD. So you see, the thing is, you have to learn how to read the markets. I don't know how most people are doing it, but for me, the moment I figured it out, the time frame too is very important. The time frame, the higher the time frame, just the stronger your confirmation. You get it? The stronger your confirmation. So if you are trading on a stronger time frames, the confirmation is going to be high. So you have to learn how the market trend. Okay, learn how to draw the support and resistances. I said you don't need much to. It's very simple, but if you learn more like big things, you are just going to get confused. It's very simple. Just learn structure. You learn structure, learn how to plot out the supports and resistances, like how I've done. You see, this zone is what consolidation zones. So you see how price is really struggling over here. Price is really struggling over here. They are consolidation zones. So unless it breaks this one before you can take a buy, or unless it breaks this one before you can take a sell. But for the meantime, no trade. Okay, you can't take a trade within this range. No trade within this zone. Okay, danger. No trade within this zone. The danger zone. It's not advisable to be taking trade within that zone. It's not advisable to be taking trades within those zones. So let's hope it will flip bearish. So where are you guys listening from? Today I didn't. Where are you guys listening from? Where are you people listening from? Let's build a group of you so that anytime that you come around, I will know that people are around. I want to see the punctual people, those who have been consistent. Koforidia, Joshua Tete. Where are you guys listening from? Ron from SE. Okay. So we are more than that. Let me see the numbers. Where are you listening from? Where are you listening from? For macro consolidation. Where is consolidation? Who again? Where are you listening from? Where are you tuning in from? So today you'll be eating. So you guys you'll be getting a trade. Where are you listening from? Where are you listening or tuning in from? So South Africa. South Africa has been one of the places I want to visit. I want to visit Limpopo. Ron, do you know Ron Mister? Ron Mister, do you know Limpopo? I want to come there. I want to come to Limpopo. I hope you will take me there. Nigeria. Okay. You're having the Nigerians around. Okay, you have from Etsy. Wow. I want to visit Limpopo. Limpopo. So we're having Upper from Etsy. Alright, so you're having Ghanaian scene, you're having the Nigerian scene. So if people should invite your friends to join the community, you don't have to be enjoying the free stuff alone. So invite your friends to also join the live stream. I hope the live stream has been helping. So you're having the Nigerian scene, you're having Ghanaian scene. You don't have people from the Western world. Last time someone was saying he was listening from Pakistan. Osu Accra. So we are waiting for the candle to flip. So you see how price is really struggling. You see, because of this zone, this key level, price is really struggling to. Price is really struggling to break. You get it? Price is really struggling to break these zones. Price is really struggling to break. But when it flips, when it breaks below this one, then we have high chances. Okay, because price really struggle to what? To break beneath this one. So if it breaks, then we have high chances that the market is going to sell. So you see, it is what? Moving up again because of the zone. So it's really struggling to what? To break through because of the zone. Finding it very difficult to break through. So that's why you don't have to be selling on zones. Okay, you don't have to be selling. So if someone is selling over here, you are just putting yourself in a tight position because the chances of what? You have low chances or less chances that price will move in your favor. You have less chances that price will move in your favor. So you have to always make sure you are trading on levels that we don't have what? support and resistance is on. So you see how within the range, you see how price is really struggling to break within the range. Price is really struggling to break within the zone. So when it breaks, what I'm hoping for is for price to break beneath, then I'll look for sell. That's what I'm hoping for. So yesterday I took a sell on AUD USD, but I closed it. I think it's moved in my favor 20 pips. But I entered it over here. It's moved in my favor 20 pips, came back to break even. I held it, moved in my favor, came again, and I said, nah, I can't hold this trade again. So I entered one over here, moved to my break even, moved again. So the moment is moving back again. Now, yeah, I stayed in the trade, move again against me in drawdown. The thing started moving in my favor. I said I can't be holding this trade, this pair again, and I don't know. I didn't want to also hold it overnight because of swap. So I closed the trade in break even. I didn't want to hold it because of swap, so I closed it. Okay, I closed it, but I still have some chances of moving up. There's still some chances of moving down rather. So I was thinking it's going to fall, but it refused to fall. So now we are waiting for Euro USD. The sell on Euro USD. I'm not sure this pair is going to give us a sell. The way it is moving. So as I said, the pound dollar is what rate tested on the level. So now you are going to see a pullback. You are going to see a pullback on the dollar. So that's why the euro was not moving. So the euro too has started spiking. Said it will not give us the trade. It has started spiking. It's not giving us a chance. So they have some positive correlation. The pound dollar and the euro, they have positive correlation. They move almost together. So if you miss a trade over here, that's the beautiful thing about this. If you miss a trade over here, you can get it over here. Okay, if you miss a trade over here, you can get it over here. That's the beautiful thing about like trading the two together. If you miss a trade on the pound dollar, you can go in for the euro dollar. If the euro dollar too is not giving you a nice setup or an entry, you cannot be taking it on the pound dollar. That's the beautiful thing about it. So it's trying to flip. It's trying to move up. It's not giving us a chance. But the daily is looking good. The daily is really looking good. It has broken below the zone. So I don't see why it shouldn't move. So mostly when it consolidates during the lending session, you're going to see volume during the New York session. That's what it mostly happens. When a session consolidates, the following session is going to what? Okay, so we have someone from Westland, Accra. Okay. You are welcome, sir. But your name doesn't sound you're a Ghanaian. So the next session is going to bring in volume. The next session will bring in volume. The market is really playing with so the moment it broke above this zone, I noticed or I realized the chances of it moving up is very high because this is a strong zone, and as price has broken through this zone, then you have to expect what an upward move. You get it? You have to expect an upward move. This zone really is a strong zone, so most of the time, if you want to see whether the market is going to consolidate or whether price or whether the candles are going to consolidate within a zone, you have to take into consideration if you see many zones at an area or at a particular area, you are going to see what you have to know that it's going to consolidate around that area or that zone. So it's easy to predict zones. It's easy to predict when either the market is going to consolidate or it's going to range. It's very, very easy to predict. It's very, very easy to predict. So let me check G. So GU is retracing. It has retested on the daily resistance and now it is retracing. So let's hope it retrace beneath this one. It retrace beneath that one, then so if you want to, so with your question, how can you avoid not falling into the trap of fake breakout? So you have to wait. The simple answer is what you have to wait for the candle to break. The candle to what close. And two, you have to make sure you are trading at the right time. So the timing too is very important. So if you are trading, maybe as I indicated, if you are trading maybe during around 4 p.m. GMT, 5 p.m. GMT, those times, trading currencies, you have to know that volume has died. Volume is dying. So if you see or if you maybe all of a sudden, if you see a spike, thinking, oh, maybe the price has broken above or below where you wanted to enter, and price is breaking through, and impulsively you enter the market, one, volume has died. Volume is dying at that moment. So you have to make sure it is a fake breakout. You get it? It's a fake breakout. And you have to note that you have to make sure candle has broken and closed. Okay, so if you are entering a buy over here, so that's why I'm saying we are not going to fall for the pullbacks or the retracement. We are going to wait for the candle to close. That's when you are going to avoid a fake breakout, and make sure the candle that is breaking through the zone is a stronger time frame. It's a higher time frame candle. Okay, especially if this zone has broken. I can't conclude that because the 30 minutes or the 15 minute broke this one. I'm going to conclude that's the time it has broken. It has really broken out. if the time frame is lower time frame, it is going to fake you out. So I've mentioned 3 points: the time frame, that the time frame candle, the time of the day, and what? Wait for candle to close. So these are the things that you are going to what? These are the things that you are going to what? Look, that is going to indicate whether you are trading a fake out or you are trading with what? Original move. So I hope I've made clear. If you have understood, let me know. So this one, for instance, you see this one, even though it's moved up, you might think, oh, maybe structure. So wait for structures to the candle to break above this one to conclude structure has shifted. But for now, it's just a fake out. Okay, it hasn't closed yet, unless it has closed before you conclude. So these are some of the reasons. Euro USD is really struggling. Euro USD is really struggling to break through the zone. So I hope the person who answered who asked the question, you are clear with the explanation I gave or with the point I gave. Are you clear with it? Okay. So it's really struggling. It's really finding it very difficult to break. Calm down. It's really finding it very difficult. So we are going to buy only when the market has broken and closed above this one. That's when you can see structure has changed. But for now, it hasn't closed, so we can't conclude we are going to buy. We are going to buy only when what? The market has broken above this one. You get it? Above this one. That's when we are going to what? Buy. When the candle has broken above this one, that's when you are going to buy. But for now, you are not going to buy. You are looking for sell. But it is in the middle of the what? The pullback. This is just a pullback. Okay, this is just a pullback. So the 30 minutes is really struggling the price is really struggling. It will need volume. Okay, it will need volume. By the way it is pulling back and other stuff, I'm having strong conviction or believe that it to move down. Just that, maybe just the moment that it is struggling. Just the moment that it is struggling. So these are the what? These are some indications that it's going to show whether price is going to range or what. It's not going to. When you see a lot of support and resistances, don't trade within that zone. So if you can see over here, you see the reason why the candle really moved very steep is because of what? There was no zones over here. There was no zones. You get it? There was no zones over here. That's why you see what? A very steep move. But you see some consolidations over here. When it got to this side, you see how price is consolidating. You see how price is consolidating. So price it's always going to react on those levels, the support and resistance level. Price is always going to react on those levels. So you have to pay attention to them. So if price break below this one, then you can say hallelujah. You can say hallelujah. take a sell. So the guy who was in AUD USD, wow. So I'm sure maybe it's looking good. I think most of the majors move together. Oh. That's what I'm seeing. Most of the major currency pairs move together. So why is even the NZD card is in my watch list? US 30 or USD JPY. So I'm sure by now the market is moving in your favor. So everyone should pray that the pair is going to move down so that we can take the sell. So you see how it is struggling. It moves if it breaks. If the H4 candle, for instance, break below this one, then what? It is a strong confirmation or it's a high probability trade. It's a high probability trade. Okay, so those who are new over here, we meet every day at this platform or on this channel from Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. GMT. Sometimes I'll be late, maybe come to the stream 6:37. But the latest by 7 o'clock to what? 8:30 to 9. 8 o'clock, 8:30 to 9. So mostly we spend like 2 hours over here. And those people have been following, I've been getting trades. Okay, I've been getting trade ideas. So yesterday, for instance, I gave a trade idea on what AUD USD. It's moved, but it's consolidating. The sell is still valid, but it's some people entered. Okay, but just that it's consolidating. So if you want to make money, you can come here, seek the advice, and what you implement it in your trading. That's what we do over here. So you can join every morning, the same time. You get it, the same time. So if you really want to take trading seriously, if you want to take it to the next level, so this I recommend this platform for you. We meet every day on this channel, analyze the market together, then we trade. But if you are interested to move, maybe because after the stream, maybe for at this moment I'll be closing the stream very soon. The rest we are going to continue what in my private group. So that's where we share signals or maybe trade ideas and other stuff. So if you are interested in the private group, you can join. You get it. So sometimes if you enter a trade, you need to manage it. Sometimes you need to manage it. Okay. So with the trade management, for instance, if you have less experience or your knowledge level is very low, you are going to struggle. Sometimes you'll be in the trade and you'll be stopped out. You will never understand why your stop loss has been hit or the market has stopped you out. You get it. So if you are in the private group, you'll be told what to do, what not to do. So it's important to join. Okay, it's important to join. As you are enjoying the free stuff, you find money and join. You have to pay for something. Don't be free stuffs won't help you. Pay for knowledge. That's the most important thing. You need to pay for knowledge. You get it. Pay for knowledge. So we are waiting for the H4 candle to close below this zone. Okay, so when it's closed below this zone, then we find a sell opportunity. And so if you want to join the private group, let me try and add my my Telegram, my Instagram handle over here. So if the bearish candle close, if the candle close bearish, so please, some people are not liking the stream, other people too are not subscribing. Kindly do that. If you have not done it, kindly give a like on the stream. If you just join, the first thing you have to do is what? You give a like, then what? You sit and enjoy whatever I've been saying, because there are a lot of knowledge that I'm dropping over here. Insane. I'm trying to drop my IG handle over here so that people can. So you see the power of what learning how to read the market. When I came this morning, what did I see? I said I'm looking for sell. You see the market is selling. So you see the power of learning how to read the market. You see the power of learning how to read the market. So this call, I've I've really taken my time to what? Learn this call. So it's not for my skill set. I should have charged like. So if you have not liked the stream, kindly give a like on the stream. You guys are not doing well. You guys are not doing well. So those, if you want to chat me up, I'll drop my Instagram on this thing. I wanted to send the link rather. Okay, I think it follows with the link. Okay, so you can follow me over there. If you have message or anything, you can send me a message on Instagram. So we are waiting for the H4 candle to close. So it will close around 9 a.m. So when it's closed, then we enter a sell. So exactly what I said. I said the GU is trying to what? So you see the retracement. So they move together. So what it was trying to do is what? So now if you are in a buy, if this candle close, you are doing yourself, because still it's a downtrend. Structure is still a downtrend. So the market tried to tested the daily. It tested the daily level. The daily is it daily correctional? This correction, is it the daily or what? Where did we even get this correction? Okay, so there was a strong area over here. So price tested it and what moved. So that's why Euro USD was slowing down to wait for what GU to move down. You get it? So they are like brothers or sisters. So Eurozone, so let's say they are sisters since UK is a motherland. So we are waiting for the closure. This candle should break below this zone. That's the best way we can wait. When it breaks below this zone, then we find an entry. We have to wait for it to break the zone. So 1 hour more for the candle to close. One hour more. We are waiting for the candle because we can't sell over here because we are still in what? We are still in on a strong zone, so we can't sell. We can't sell over there. We can't sell over this. We can't sell over here, so we have to wait for the candle to close. Okay, we have to wait for the next. Okay, so this candle has broken and closed. By H1, as I said, some time frames are not stronger confirmation time frames, so we can't rely on. So the best we can do is what? To wait for the H4 to close. If the H4 close, then you see what we can do about it. Let's wait for the closure of the H4 bar. The stop loss, then for the stop loss, you have to. The stop loss is really going to be wide. If this one closed, then the stop loss, unless maybe you go to 30 minutes to find structure. the stop loss is really going to be wide. Stop loss is really going to be wide. So one thing I've noticed about the market, it doesn't, when it gives in an entry, most of the times it doesn't give a textbook entry. It will give an entry that you are going to crack your brain. So you are waiting for the closure of the H4 candle, because H1, as H1 has broken through the zone, it is not a strong confirmation. Okay, it is not. And see, this candle even closed with no bottom wick, so the chances of you seeing pullback is very high. So let's wait for H4 candle to close. Let's wait for the closure of the H4 candle. Not all the time frames are stronger confirmation time frames. So when it comes to zone, so that's what, so as I explained earlier, if you want to identify freak breakouts and those styles, those distance, what do you call it? The time frame, the time frame of the candle is very important if you want to enter. If 30-minute break monthly zone, H1 monthly zone or weekly zone, one thing you have to know is that it is not a strong confirmation time frame, so you have to avoid it. Okay, you have to avoid it. So the guy from SA who entered this, are you still in the AU trade? So I gave this trade idea on AU yesterday. Are you still in the trade? The guy who entered the AUD USD, the sell on AUD USD. Please kindly hold on, I'm coming. What's not coming? Excuse me. Hello. So the candle is really struggling to break through. The candle is really struggling to break through. It's really struggling to break through. So as I've said, we are waiting for the candle to flip bearish below this zone. The price is what? 10373. We are waiting for the flip. Okay, so if it flips like this, if it flips bearish like this, I was thinking maybe the 9 o'clock candle, the closure of the 9 o'clock candle will flip. Then we take it. But the way it's closing, I'm not sure the 9 o'clock. So this is what I'm expecting. Okay, but it's still in the range because of the zone. It's still in the range. Let me check the GU. Okay, so if GU close like this, then I still have high hope, unless maybe GU breaks structure. But if it's close within, since it has closed within, I still have high hope. Just that maybe just for the moment that we are seeing the consolidation. So that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting on Euro USD. So we are waiting for the closure of the candle. We are waiting for the closure of the candle. So it's really struggling to break because of how strong the zones are. But when GBP USD close like this, in case maybe it's close like this, yeah, so GBP USD too is, so it will be like what this one too, we have a strong confirmation over here. The zone is what this monthly or this weekly. Let me check the monthly too. Let me check the weekly. So it has fallen on a weekly zone. So let's check the daily. Okay, so you see it has retested on the weekly resistance level. So the chances of it flipping, you get it, chances of it flipping, because since you have now noticed that GBP USD and Euro USD has positive correlation, it will be something like this. The next candle is going to flip down, but this one is really struggling to break. It's really struggling to break. It's finding it very difficult because this zone is, I think, monthly. The zone is a monthly zone. You get it? It's a monthly zone, so it's not for jokes. That's why price is really struggling to break that zone. You get it? It's a monthly zone, so before price will break and close, it's going to demand a lot of volume before price will be able to break through. It's going to demand a lot of volume. So let's see what will happen. Whatever be the case, you are still trading, you are still monitoring. If it gives us a chance, I hope you can see the zone. The zone is on what? The zone is on monthly. The zone is on monthly. This point. This point. Okay, the zone is at this point. So that's why it's struggling to what, to break through. That's why it's really struggling to what, to break through. So I think it's breaking through. Oh, that was on daily. You just need a big move, spike, move, then it will move down. But I've spent more than 2 hours over here, so I'm giving you what you have to be expecting. When it comes to, I'm really exhausted, so I can't wait for the 9 o'clock candle to close. So when it comes to this, what you have to be watching on Euro USD. If you are in the private group, we are going to be discussing it together. So if you are interested in joining the private group, you can hit me up and we talk about that. But for now, I'm exhausted. So I think the free stuffs, I'm going to end it over here. So with Euro USD, what you are going to expect is what? Wait for the break of the candle. When it breaks above here, when the bearish candle close like this, okay, you can take the flip. When it flips bearish, but you have to wait for the candle to close before, okay? And I've told you the candles that you have to wait for, not lower time frame candles. So this is what you have to be expecting on Euro USD. You are still holding the AUD USD. Yeah, I like your confidence. It's good. So if it goes in your favor, just WhatsApp me. So you have to wait for the bearish candle to flip and break the zone. So take note, it should break the zone before you enter. Okay, if it hasn't broken it, if it has not broken the zone, you can't enter. It's still in a range. Okay, so you have to be patient and wait for the break of the zone before. If the zone hasn't broken, then we can't enter. Wait for the closure of the H4 candle. Okay, so I'm seeing some spike. When the H4 candle breaks below, because this zone is a strong zone, a monthly zone, so you have to pay attention to that. So if it breaks below, then so those who are in the private group, you continue over there. And GU2, we are still in a zone. So when it breaks GU2, we have tradable zones over here. Okay, so the structure on GU is the same as what? Euro USD. So you'll be looking up to both of them and see the one who will give us the good risk to reward. Then we capitalize on that. Okay, so those in the free group, those who are not part of the private group on YouTube, this is what you have to be looking for. Okay, this is what you have to be looking for. So see you same time tomorrow. I think if it breaks, then you can make money on Euro USD today. If it breaks, I want to get testimony about the sell. Okay, I said unless the H4 candle breaks, so not when the H1 or M30. Focus on H4 when it breaks before you conclude. I hope you guys are getting me clear. All right, so I'm exhausted. I've sat for more than 2 hours. So I'm really exhausted. So we don't have high impact news today. You get it. The only high impact news is around the Canadian 1210, and this doesn't have much impact like that. Okay, so today is a clean day. So if you get a trade today, I think you can ride it for long. Okay, you can ride it for long. So see you same time tomorrow. You have to click on the notification icon so that anytime I come to the stream, you get notified. Okay, you get notified. So you people should keep an eye on the Euro USD and GBP USD sell if it gives us the opportunity. Okay, those who are holding AUD2 can still hold, and it's moving in your favor. That's good. You can still hold. All right. So if there was a question, let me know. If there was no question, too, I'm just I'm just signing out. Any question? If there's no question, then bye bye to everyone. See you same time tomorrow. Adios. Bye.